Late Thursday night, yet another suicide bombing rocked Afghanistan's beleaguered capital, claiming the lives of more than a dozen police officers. Reporters waited for one of the usual suspects, the Taliban or Islamic State, to claim it, and the latter eventually did. But Afghans familiar with the timing and location of the attack did a double take. The blast occurred in Banai, a poor mud-brick urban village fronted by a line of shops well known to Kabul residents for selling black market booze, narcotics, and weaponry, and controlled by a locally powerful Pashtun clan. It had been immediately preceded by an unusually fierce drug bust by the city police, in which a young man was killed and many others detained. The raid drew members of the Hotak clan onto a major highway, where, seething in anger over the death of a baby-faced 22-year-old who went by the name Engineer, they shouted, "You kill us! You detain us! Who will listen to us?" The spontaneous demonstration clogged traffic for miles around. Riot police were called in, and by 9 p.m. they had cordoned off the area from 3 sides, leaving only the side facing Banai's shops open. Police officials say it is from the direction that the suicide bomber approached a contingent of their men, taking his and their lives in a ball of fire. "This was unexpected," said Maj. General Mohammad Salem Esses, Kabul's police chief. "We must now investigate whether the bomber came from among them, that this was revenge." Esses, like other Kabul residents, was immediately skeptical of the Islamic State claim of responsibility. While the group has a regional affiliate that he acknowledges is behind many of the city's most ghastly attacks, he doubted its operatives could react quickly enough to target such sudden police activity. Instead, he thinks the attack could be payback not for the killing of Engineer Hotak, but for the confiscation of a huge cache of illicit goods. On Thursday, he said, police had found 2 kilograms of heroin, 3 of opium, more than 500 tablets of ecstasy, hundreds of liters of alcohol, much of it homemade and stored in water bottles and buckets, and guns and grenades. Their so-called demonstration on the road was just a typical obstruction technique aimed at preventing us from entering farther into their village, said Esses. That is perhaps what stopped us from finding the explosive vests that we suspect they possess and sell. As for Hotak's death, Esses expressed no regret, and said his elder brother, Hossein, who is currently in custody, was a ringleader. On Saturday, anger simmered in Banai. Hotak and Hossein's brothers, Nawid and Zayarmal, stood outside their shuttered shops with white envelopes in hand, stuffed with photocopies of pictures of their slain sibling. Their clan's shura, or council, was gathered in a trash-strewn field behind the shops, sitting on red banquet hall chairs assembled in rows. At no point did anyone there acknowledge currently selling illicit goods, even if some muttered that they had in the past. "They came to our home, spewed bullets everywhere, shot my brother in his neck, and dragged him out while he was bleeding to death.